there, my brothers and sisters. It is I, Joe, the Jesus Guy, once again with another episode of Spiritual Breakfast. On today's episode, we're going to be talking about effectively tackling a prayer burden. Go with me to Nehemiah chapter 1, verse 4 through 6. Again, it's Nehemiah chapter 1, verse 4 through 6. And it reads, "So it was, when I heard these words, that I sat down and wept, and mourned for many days. I was fasting and praying before the God of heaven. And I said, I pray, Lord God of heaven, O great and awesome God, you who keep your covenant and mercy with those who love you and observe your commandments. Please let your ear be attentive and your eyes open, that you may hear the prayer of your servant, which I pray before you now, day and night, for the children of Israel, your servants, and confess the sins of the children of Israel, which we have sinned against you. Both my father's house and I have sinned." Have you ever noticed how many of the great things God does for his people get started with fasting and prayer? Fasting helps to focus on prayers, and through our prayers we tap into the limitless power. Love for God is what enables us to keep his commandments. That's why it must always come first. Jesus said, "If you love me, keep my commandments." When Nehemiah heard that his people lived in great distress and reproach that the wall of Jerusalem lay in ruins and that the gates of the city remained burned and broken, he responded with prayer. And what we read in Nehemiah 4 through 6. Nehemiah was experiencing a prayer burden. A prayer burden can be defined as a strong motivation to pray for others and to carry the needs of others before God in prayer until God responds. The Bible has a great deal to say about prayer burdens. We are to bear one another's burden. We're bearing one another's burden. In Galatians 6:2. We are to go the second mile in helping others, helping another person. We must go the second mile in helping other people. In Matthew 5:41, it talks about helping, going the second mile and helping other person, another person. Much of our ability to bear natural burdens is driven from developing our ability to carry spiritual burden in prayer. A sense of spiritual weight usually accompanies a prayer burden. A heaviness of heart, a drag on one's emotion, a spirit of mourning, or a feeling of restlessness that we can't seem to shift ourselves away from a possible or need that has come to our attention. God does not act in many situations because we do not pray. God waits for either the co-instigator or the negative situation to cry out to Him for forgiveness, or for the victim of the negative situation to cry out to Him for mercy. Then He will act. If you feel burdened to pray for another person, God desires to act on that person's behalf. He places the burden to your prayer on your heart, and He moves through the opening as you pray. You can get in on the blessing that God has for that person through an answered prayer. A sense of spiritual weight usually accompanies a prayer. So we must, as Christians, we must go that second mile in helping another person. We must go that second mile. We as Christians, we can't be selfish. We are supposed to help one another. We can't, I'm just gonna pray for myself and so I can be blessed. That person needs help, but I'm not gonna help them. I'm not gonna pray for them. If you feel that you should pray for a person or help them out, then you should do it. You should do it. I want to thank each and every one of you for watching. I want to say, may God bless you throughout your whole day. I love every single one of you, and I'll see you next time. Bye.